Good day all, Les from FutureFX here, and today I'm going to take you through the settings for the FutureFX Volatility Master software. Now, everyone was rushing me. Yesterday I said that I would make it available for sale today, but several people couldn't wait that long, so they rushed me. So I haven't actually made any videos on how to use it yet. So I'm going to go through that now, explain the settings and a few features and what I've learned about it, what works, what doesn't work, all of that, and hopefully help you all out so you can do well with it. Okay, guys, so I'm here on a US 30 chart because that's the main instrument I've been using Volatility Master for, and I've just been using it to trade a 10-minute window each day just after the US 30 opens. Now, this strategy was originally developed to trade the NFP news event, but that only occurs once a month, and I like to trade more than once a month. But you can still use it for that. I haven't done much experimenting with it. Much the same, but it's sort of designed to be run on the 15-minute, maybe the 5-minute time frame. Other volatile news events, I did use it successfully last night on the CPI, USD CPI news event. I traded the pound USD there, and I traded it on the 1-minute time frame. But also another really volatile event like CPI, possibly the 5-minute time frame may be better, but I haven't done much experimenting there yet. So all I'm going to talk about specifically is trading the US 30 open. Yeah, look at all these expert advisors. Version 2, version 3, 3.0, 4.01, version 5. Nobody has 5 yet. It's just about ready though. That's the trend trader. We'll get down here to the Volatility Master and we'll drag it on. We need to have the Allow Live Trading box checked. Click the Inputs tab. First of all, you do need to enter your license key. So first of all, I will do that. I will put my license key in there so it works. Then we have all these parameters. It looks like there's a lot, but they're all pretty basic. Take profit. I've got mine. These are actually in points, but 1,000. Trailing stop loss, I've got set at 500. So that's just a normal stock standard trailing stop loss. So once the trade's in 500 points of profit, the trailing stop loss is going to activate and just trail along behind the market value at 500 points. I have a stop loss set at 300 points. Okay, these are the default settings, but in back testing, I have found that a stop loss of 180 work best. You do get a lot more losses, but it allows you to get in and out of that first trade if it goes wrong and into another one quicker and to follow the trend and make bigger profits. So, you know, it's only a new EA basically. So I will have some obviously back testing results and real results as soon as we can get as many as we can get. But yeah, so 300 was what I used to use sort of as a manual thing. So that's what I have in there, but possibly you want to look at having a smaller one. That's all I'm saying. The order size, so just in lots. This and the stop loss distances are going to vary from broker to broker. This is a Pepperstone demo account that I have running on here. So that suits Pepperstone brokers. If you're using another broker, and probably the majority of brokers, if you're using the full US 30 indices, you have to add an extra 0 to these because they measure the pips differently. Okay, so you'll either need to have 1,000 or 10,000. In back testing, right up to 4,000 worked really well because sometimes you can just ride a trade and take huge profit. So yeah, generally probably even more than 1,000 is good there. But like on Envy Broker, you'd need to call that 10,000, 5,000, 3,000. On Pepperstone, on this $16,000 account, I would use a 5 lot size trade. And this is going to vary between brokers. There's not just going to be 2 options. Every broker's, or not every broker, but various brokers have different contract sizes, meaning that you'll need to work out what order size suits that broker the best. You can go into the specifications of the broker and find out exactly what it is and do a calculation. An easy way is just to take out as the smallest trade you can and drag your stop loss down to 300. And, I like to usually run about 1% risk per trade. So if I drag my stop loss down to 300 points, I'd want that to be around about 1% of my account balance. And then you know what your broker is and you can continue on from then. So you have to make sure you get the pips right to suit your broker and the lot size right to suit your broker. Other than that, so once it places a trade, the first thing that would most likely happen, depending on your settings, but there's going to be a profit lock. So when it hits 400, it's just going to move the stop loss below the entry point and make it a no risk trade. It's only going to lock in a tiny little bit of profit. And then the trailing stop loss will kick in at 500 and trail along behind. I'm just going to skip down here to the partial closes. So when the trade gets into 300 points of profit, the software is going to close out whatever you set here, 1 lot size of the trade and take that profit. And then at 700 points of profit, it's going to do the same thing, close out another one. So I've started with 5 lot size, it's closed out 1 lot size and another lot size. So once the trade's in 700 points of profit, I would have closed out 2 lot sizes and have 3 left over. These are all variables that you can change, and I will get some more back testing results on what worked best and everything. But it's best I like to close out a partial trade early on like this, but then this other one, wait until it gets to 1,000, but then probably have my actual take profit at 1,500. Something like that is roughly what I like. But get into it. Do a heap of back testing and see how it works. So I do want to point out that this EA is designed to work in extreme market volatility. Okay, I think I've said that. That's pretty self-explanatory, but understand that in times of not much volatility, this EA doesn't work. If you run this EA 24 hours a day, you're going to lose money because it is designed just to work in that extra volatility. So the US 30 Open works great. NFP, CPI, FOMC, all of the different red folder news events, you can give it a go. I haven't tested out in all of them, but the strategy will work on any event that is going to cause, extra like quite a bit of extra volatility initially, and then settle down and possibly trend for a fair way in one direction. And then if it retraces, it might even catch that as well. But anyway, so that is that. We have time parameters. So this one's, the default settings will be set to trade the US 30 Open. The US 30 Open is 1630 hours. That's when the US 30 opens. And this is always going to be the market watch time. It doesn't matter what broker you're using, what VPS time zone you're in. It doesn't matter where you live. Market watch time will be the same. And so for US 30 Open, for everyone, will be 16 hours and 30 minutes. I don't want it to start until the second candle. So that's why I have it set at 16:31. And end hour is 16:40 by default. I've been using 16:42 though. So that gives it an 11-minute window to find a trade. That's it. If you take this, I've done some back testing. If you take this end trading time and make it 45 minutes, you don't make anywhere near as much money. Okay, so that 10 or 11-minute window is the sweet spot for US 30. You can take my word on that. Just for a little heads up, if let's say you're trading NFP with it and you're trading it on the 5-minute time frame, you would want to multiply the, the time you're going to allow it to take out trades by 5, because it really wanted to, I've got, this is an 11-minute window, but what it really is 11 candles. Okay, so if you're trading the 5-minute, you want it to be allowed to trade 11 candles. As an example, I haven't played around with all the different news events, so that's something to be learnt yet. There is one other important thing, minutes per trade. Okay, this means that the software has to have 3 minutes between trades. So it opens up one trade, and then 2 minutes later, the criteria is met to take out a trade. It won't. It has to be at least 3 minutes between trades. So the reason being is that I don't want it to take out too many trades. You can change that if you like. I've found 3 to be the sweet spot. That's why it's the default setting. But so the potential here is in that 11-minute window. Sometimes that first trade, the volatility is not over, so the market still spikes one way and the other, and it might stop you out or stop you out on a small profit lock. And then just a little bit later, a couple of minutes later or 3 minutes later, the market might settle down and then start trending in a direction. That will give you a chance to have, instead of just having one trade every night, if that trade might not be any good, so it still gives it the opportunity to get into the market again and hopefully catch a good piece of trending. So that one's important too. So always have the start time set so that it won't trade on the first candle after a news event. That's important. And make sure that the minutes per trade is set so that you can't take, I wouldn't want it to take out trades any more frequently than at least every second candle, preferably every third candle. So if you're trading the 5-minute time frame, which I have done a couple of times on things to practice, I changed this to 16. So that would be just a little bit more than 3 5-minute candles. So the minutes per trade was 16 in that case. All right, guys, I think that takes you through all the settings pretty much. If you need any more info on any of that, just speak up. But so now I've got the software on, but there's a sad face. That means I need to turn on auto trading still. And now he's smiling. And it's telling me it's not correct time. That is simply because the it's not 16:31 yet. So as soon as this gets to 16:31, that will just change to correct time. And then at 16:40 or 16:42, depending on what you have your settings on, that'll come back to not correct time. So that's that 11-minute window where the software can take out trades. Any trades that are open when the time parameter finishes will continue to play out normally. The software will continue to manage it. So the take profits, partial closures, trailing stop losses, and all that will still work. The software just won't be able to open up any more trades. So that's it, guys. And this one, because of those time parameters and the fact that it only trades that little, like with the US30, only trades that very small window, is, really is a 100% hands-free option. And that's set there now. I can leave that on and just walk away. And so every day at 16:31 market time, there'll be 11 minutes where this software may or may not take out 1 or 2 or maybe even 3 trades. And then it will stop again. Those trades will play out. And that's it. It won't do anything until the next day at 16:31 hours. Okay, guys, as always, any questions, speak up, let me know. And we'll talk to you all again soon.